Hello friends, welcome to Behind the Designs, where I create a beautiful life through creative planning. I'm Stephanie, and today I am going to be giving you a flip through of my 2023 planners. And I've got them all in this luscious big beauty here. So that's what we're going to go through today. Okay, so I am back today to just show you a quick flip of my 2023 planners. And I say planners because I've got 3 of them in here, I believe. Well, 2 in a holiday extension. That was my December of 23. So I'm just going to kind of push some things aside. I decided for 2023 and probably for future years as well, that as you know, I have a archive planner that is on expander discs from Happy Planner that holds all of my past pages that have been written on. But in 2023, I decided I wanted to keep one single archive planner. And I love this cover, the Fleur collection, because it says 2023 on it, so I can easily find this planner, know what's in it, and not have to worry about anything else. So I have taken this cover from the Fleur planner. I've added onto it ARC discs. I believe they're ARC. These are, so they don't have anything in the middle. I don't know the size of these. I would say this size is actually in between a Happy Planner Classic size and a Happy Planner Expander size. So it just was the perfect fit. Everything I needed fit onto these discs, and it went with the cover, so it worked out perfectly. So for that, I'm happy about. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of flip through, talk about the stickers or the kits that I may have used if I remember where they came from, because some of them are so old I may not remember. Just kind of take a little walk down memory lane and see how I set up my planner, how it worked for me, and things I kind of learned along the way, and just general chit chat. So let's get started. I'm just going to kind of push some things aside here so that I have room to work. So as I said, this is the Fleur cover on white ARC expander discs, or just discs. I don't know if they're expander or not. This planner is the Fleur planner. So as you know, in 2023, I used a number of planners, and with that, my first discovery that multiple planners don't always work for me. I give it a good go all the time, but for whatever reason, I'm a one planner girl, or I like to stick down to just like a classic and a mini. So this is a Fleur. This is the cover. I also, in 2023, had used different planners for the same function. So like business or my work, and then this, maybe 1 or 2 for personal and so forth. But I tend to like to just put everything in one. So you're going to see a hodgepodge. I'm going to talk about that as I go along. And we're going to just kind of flip through these. So here we go with Fleur. Now Fleur, I was using as my personal. Then I kind of mixed in some business. On these pages here, I typically will just like mark paydays or maybe birthdays. Same with this. I just kind of enter in dates, special dates, holidays, things that are happening. This is my January currently page. I always want to call it a dashboard. January currently with, these florals. I fell in love with this planner, and the problem is I fell in love with too many Happy Planners. I can only use so many, right? So this planner I had pulled in to use for my personal. And, I kind of just put over here some goals I was thinking of working on, and I decorated this up. This is, I don't know if you can see it, there's paper behind here, so I printed out on paper in a very faint, transparent, almost gray font, just like some script writing, because I wanted it as a background because I kind of felt it really looked nice with this tab. So I kind of just did my word of the year. In January, I kept it kind of simple. It was snowflakes. And I did that through my washi, through these were sticker washi. I want to say I got long ago, maybe at Michael's. I just kept, sometimes in my monthly sidebar, I will keep like the goals that, or the things I want to work on, or the goals that I might be working on for that month. These were Happy Planner stickers. And, I kind of just made a few notations about things happening. And I put together, so I pasted together 2 pages, but I'm not sure why I did that. So that's how long ago was it? I don't even remember why I pasted these pages together, but I did. So I went in, it goes into the week. This was a sticker kit, and I honestly don't remember where I got this from. I tend to, always like lists, so I'm always going to be putting in lists somewhere. Sometimes I put them in multiple boxes in the same column. But I loved this kind of black and pink and very soft, like a marbly and a very soft feminine look to this sticker kit. So I kind of just made it fun to decorate. This was also another sticker kit, the macarons, and I don't remember as well where I got them from. I know I've had them for a really, really long time because I kept pulling them out to use them. I'd put them away, pull them out, put them away. So I finally got around to using it. And some days, so again, this was my personal. So some days I didn't always have like something to fill in. And that's just how it goes sometimes. I think my business planner will tend to be more full. So then I went into the next week. I have this beautiful floral, or it's like a peony floral, pink floral with some bows. I love the bows. And, I added some stickers in the sidebar. I even did a stamp and just, some general little stickers. I like to add in icon stickers, so icons for, grocery shopping or cleaning. I just thought they were fun to add in. As you can tell, not every week is completed. There were times throughout this bundle that you will see there's a number of weeks here and there that I didn't do. And, it just is what it is. Sometimes our lives get busy. Sometimes things happen. When those things occur or happen, I don't let my planner get in the way of life. If life happens, it happens. Sometimes we have a blank page. It doesn't mean we didn't do things, that we weren't productive or, anything of that nature. It just means we were too busy or, for other reasons, we just couldn't get it done. And that's okay. A white space spread with nothing on it is okay. So going forward, so this now starts getting into the February. So I did carry this planner into February. Again, I did like a little dashboard here. I did some Christmas present, birthday present ideas. We're in February, can't be Christmas. A little note to my mother who had passed. Just some goals. And again, these were personal goals. So business goals are, further back here. And then this fun little tracker for, let me turn this here for you. Just for, like walking, weights, some of my goals, about cutting sugar. Like, I'm not a big sugar fan. But I call it the little sugar. So, when you have a hot cocoa or, an extra cup of coffee with, the creamer in it. To me, those are little sugars, meaning they're so small that they don't, it's not like you're gobbling down this big old bowl of ice cream or hot fudge sundae. they're small that you don't always notice you're eating them or having them. So, that's kind of why I did that, like, no hot cocoa kind of thing. And, I just filled it out. This was done also in the Fleur stickers. Then I did a fun self-care page for February as well. Just using some, I believe these were I can't think of the sticker book now. Not Moody Florals. It'll come to me. But Happy Planner stickers. And then we went into February. I took the La Fleur Personal into February. And for February, I wanted all purple and floral and some pinks mixed in. I love these Live, Love, Posh stickers. Her books are just amazing. Very well coordinated. Easily, you can take that book, you can take a page of the stickers and her boxes and easily put together a spread in a very short amount of time. I really do love her stickers a lot. So just some birthdays and things I marked, bills that are due. This as well was a sticker kit, and I added in, I believe, some extra like washi maybe. No, these were stickers. This was a sticker I added in. I think this was Happy Planner. And then, just some trackers in the side. This says weekly budget, but I was using it to track spending. You don't always have to use the sticker for how it's titled or as the header may read. As long as it's there, it's a box. If it's what I need, I use it for such. I did a few, like mini sort of journaly things. But again, I stuck with the purple. Then I went into this stickers from LOL. So this came from Hobby Lobby. It's a collection that may not be available anymore. It was LELLEOOHLELLE. So that was like this little girl, and it had a whole bunch of things created with that concept in mind. The stickers here, the stamps. And this week I was sick, so, I kind of didn't get a whole lot done. I tried to fill in as much as I could, but, being sick, I didn't get a whole lot done, so. This too was a sticker kit. It is an old one. I don't remember which one it was. I apologize, I don't remember. I should probably note that maybe in the sidebar. I could probably do that. Note to self, this is where I'll try and list my sticker kits. So again, just a sidebar of trackers. This was an entire kit. So, there was the date and the day, the to-dos, full boxes. Like that really took up a lot of space, which for this year this week was fine because I didn't have a lot to write in there. Going forward, I took this same kit. I took elements of this same kit. I think I had 4 or 5 pages for this sticker kit, and I carried it into the next week. So I kept it simple. Again, trackers. I tried to fill up my sidebar as much as possible, and it was just really fun, this and that. To me, still represented a list, so I would always, do my little list. These are, of course, my Zig Dotters, and again, lots of birthdays in February, so there were a lot of those things I was able to incorporate. So that, once March rolled along, I kind of got away from La Fleur. It was a vertical spread planner, but again, I love the planner. I pick it up, I'll start using it, and then I tend to deviate towards one. So after, come March, I kind of stopped using it. But I will hold on to it, and I will, pull it back in at some point and redate things if I need to. Okay, so now I have the gold and black, which I used for my business planner from January to July. So I keep these little flags here because then I can easily find what I was looking for because I know what I put in what planner. So I took some vinyl and I created this little title page. And then, as you know, I've mentioned it before, but in all my planners, and even in some of my older ones, I've gone back and put in the name of the planner. I do like to, try and keep track of what planner I'm using, just, for my own reasons. And then, of course, this page, I marked a few dates for something, and I don't know why I marked them. But here I was trying to track, when I did videos, and it was supposed to be like a plan of what to post on, whatever, YouTube or Instagram. And it ended up being something I would go back to and write in what was actually done. So, which I was already having in my weeks. So it kind of was duplicating information. So obviously you can see I kind of quit that, stopped doing it. But I had decorated pages, so I was keeping it all together. Then this is my business planner, or at least the planner I used for business. And so I, of course, did a little vellum with my word of the year on it. So again, in the sidebar, so what I had done, and again, lesson learned, I had put in my sidebar on my currently page, both my word of the year as well as goals that I was working towards that year. Problem with this was I was finding that as the months went on, I would get further and further away from what were the goals that I laid out for myself. So I've since changed that. As you know, I now have a whole separate tab in my planner dedicated to goals. So that's not going to happen again. But, I kind of decorated it up. And as you can see, I never answered my why. This here, let me take this out. So just like my personal planner, I kept kind of a snowflake theme going on. Again, word of the year. I would keep this to mark the days I had intended to do YouTube video, Instagram posts, things of that nature. And then between these two planners, so the Fleur and the Gold and Black, I ended up having some things listed here, some things there, and it got to be a mess. So what I did was I just pulled in a classic half sheet paper, and I just started using that as my list for everything so that I could easily keep track of what was where, and I can check it off when I did it, which I love to do. So in the Gold and Black, it is a monthly planner. I love the monthly layout. I did deviate away from that in 2024. I may go back to it. I may redate and go back to it because I really do miss it. It was a very simplified version of what needs to be done. And, and throughout the months, you'll see I decorated it in different ways. So in January, I was doing a YouTube section, just a general list, miscellaneous kind of over here, habits, top priorities. In here, I was listing the main areas that I wanted to work in, the blog, social, and finance. I used stickers from Happy Planner, seasonal flowers, as well as the colorful boxes. I went into the tasks so these are the weekly, or these are the task pages. You can use these in a multitude of ways. I did a video on it. I will try and remember to link that above in the corner. The different ways I've used these papers in your planner. So you don't always have to use it for daily tasks. So I kind of reviewed that in in that video. But in here, I was using it per day, a section of lines per day, just, as a running list. And I carried it throughout January. I threw in, some fun icon stickers. And then these two pages at the end are for, you can take notes on it. You can make plans. I was using it for kind of both. So over here, I kind of just spoke about how I posted my first YouTube video. and how much I am so grateful for all my YouTube subscribers, and that I love the fact that you follow me. I love that you take time out of your day, and I truly appreciate that. So I kind of wanted to make note about that. And I've used those pages for a different variety of reasons as well. So going into February, I struggle sometimes with the currently page because it's in front of the tab. Like when I think of a month, my brain says, here's the tab, everything behind it is what you need to know for that month. So sometimes these pages confound me, and I use them, I don't use them, I half use them, It's a hodgepodge when it comes to me using my currently page. So as you can see, I was going to use this as like a task list or a inbox of sorts. Didn't write a thing. And then also on my pages, I think I did it in January. I didn't do it for January, but I will sometimes take my Tombow markers. So the markers that I find that go with the theme I'm creating for that month, I will sometimes write them down just because then I know which one I'm grabbing when I go back to it, and I don't have to keep, swatching them or checking my swatch book. So I will do that as well. Going into my February business, I also wanted to keep this on that purple theme, just like the February in my personal. So I pulled out Live, Love, Posh, and I mixed it with some Happy Planner. In her boxes, I had some quotes from Happy Planner. So I kind of mixed the two together, and I think it turned out really well. I love the purple and green together. It's so pretty. And this worked out perfectly again. Same with my currently page. My monthly page, I will do various things on. Sometimes I keep videos. Sometimes I'll track stats. I'm not consistent in what I put on there or when. It's kind of by month. So going into the monthly, because again, we're still in the monthly layout, I just carry the flowers over. I try not to make it difficult on myself when it comes to planning. For me, I like to be creative in planning, but I need it to be functional as well. So for this, I just kind of carried the flowers over. I love this quote. And, I did a little fun writing here. Videos, again, to-do list. I kind of kept that section the same over here, blogs, social, and finance. Sometimes, again, I filled it in. Sometimes I didn't. I'm not saying I am very consistent with it. In 2023, 2024, I'm trying to be. So I'm working on that. So, here's just same daily task, just running list. I decorated these pages, but I didn't actually use them. I use these for a variety of things. Again, sometimes notes. Sometimes I like to pull pictures of the top videos or the top photos from Instagram. So yeah, I use them for so many different reasons. It just so happens in February I just didn't use it. I do feel bad not using them because I feel like, I decorated them, they're really pretty, but sometimes time just gets away. And it just so happens in 2023 was when I started doing YouTube. Like prior to this, I've had my blog, Instagram, Pinterest, and all that. But I had yet to start YouTube, and when I started it, I quickly realized how much time really goes into creating a quality video. It takes a lot of time. There's a learning curve. So really my planner reflected that. I was just getting into it, and I needed more time in the day, and that wasn't going to happen. So sometimes things suffered, such as when I had to fill in my planner. So same thing in March, goals. I was doing kind of like a general idea of how I thought I wanted to set up my April planner. Again, task list, I didn't use it. Going into March, I kind of kept that soft green. Again, Live Love Posh stickers here. Just some videos, you know, I normally would take Post-it notes, stick it on the calendar, plan out what I'm going to do. When I did it, I would pencil it in. But then I got into the mode where I would just highlight. I had colors that represent certain things. So I would use the highlighter to put that in there. But as you can see, either I didn't do the videos or I didn't write them in. So one of the two. Same thing, I kind of kept this the same, but going into March, I changed this section over here. It still became underutilized, but I do think that it functioned really well. I love this big area. I like the lists, you know, that kind of thing. I'm always going to love lists. So, you know, same thing with here, lists, you know, I just general green. I kept with the soft green. I kept with the list. I used it for daily. This is where I tried to do what worked, what didn't work. And then ideas for my April dashboard. You know, again, just another way you can use it. So in April, so the month planner was the one I used the longest. So clearly that is a planner that I like and that works for me. It's just a shame that sometimes the colors or the theme of the planner that they make with the new monthly for the new year, you know, I don't always like. So I think that happened for July of 24, the 18-month planners. A monthly came out, but it really wasn't one I liked much. So again, I'll figure it out. But I do have some months of this left I can use. So going into April, again, I tried in this one to mimic the tab. Same thing, you know, some listing here. And then this is when I use the Live Love Posh Crafty Planner, I believe is the sticker book. And then I just threw in some washi I had. Here's, you know, my videos, my ideas. The one thing I am not so good with still is the habit tracker on the side. I don't always dot that, and I don't know why. So again, loved how all this came out. Look how adorable that looks. I think this was by far one of my most favorite pages. April, I did like, you know, some floral and just like a bright pop of color. I used my gel pen to, you know, white out these lines, and I just kind of created an Easter center stage box or section. You know, happy planner stickers. So that was fun. I love how bright it was. This one was really a full planner spread for me. It was, you know, like a soft pastel, rainbow pastel. And it was fun doing this one. I love the little fonts. You know, I was trying different things. And then this one is, this one is my daisy spread. So what I did, and again, this is actually a short on my YouTube channel where I created these little daisies out of dots, bullet dots. So check that out. Be sure to check it out. So that's what I did here. I just kind of went for that punch of color. It was, you know, April, and I think that maybe it was even sunny at that time, and that kind of is what inspired it. But, you know, again, I was, in the beginning of the year, I was more creative in how I did things. Towards the end of the year, you know, I'm working on trying to get those goals done and, you know, writing in the planner and doing the videos, and I didn't get as creative with like the writing and the lettering, but it's always fun to go back and look at all these things. This one here was, again, another kind of a rainbow spread. It was, if I remember correctly, a partial sticker kit. So it wasn't even like full boxes. I don't know where it came from, but, you know, it kind of, I just kind of made it work. But it was really filled in. But then as you can see, this section down here is kind of bare. but that's okay. This was one I did, I believe I did this in the Creative Planning Expressions group. You know, and I loved that it was kind of that purple and fuchsia color. Those are kind of my jam colors, mixed in with a little bit of green. And, you know, I did these little florals over here with the box. I wrote in a circle around the circle sticker. You know, it just was such a fun spread to do. And again, I pulled the stickers over, Live, Love, Posh, and then these were, actually these are Happy Planner, sorry about that. This was some washi I had on hand. I mixed in some Planner Babe. It just is so pretty. So pretty. It's again a monthly. And again, this too is probably another one of my favorite layouts or spreads. I have this washi, the little cameras. It's a washi tape, and I'm going to be sad when I use it all up. But when I want a camera, I want to denote YouTube or Instagram, like a photo. I love pulling this out. It's on transparent tape. So I just simply cut around it if I need a smaller area, and it's good to go. It's like a little die cut sticker. Love those. I did over here, if you watched the video of this, I started making a list of all of my fans or friends who had followers. I keep fans, friends, flowers. It's so many F's. All of the followers who had made a contributing comment that, you know, was beneficial in how I plan and going forward. I truly appreciate those comments. They were helpful. I used a number of them. I still have some to use. And as you can tell, this first week of May was, yes, we did that one. Pretty bare. I carried over the, you know, washi and such, but I did what I could with the time I had available to me. So this here is a kit from Coco Daisy. It was, I believe it was a May kit. But it had like these beautiful colors in it. It was a tea theme. This is a piece of sticky note, and I just kind of tacked it down. It's a cute little teapot. And then I had the teacup washi. Love that. And May is Mother's Day, of course. So I went ahead and, you know, kind of just did a little picture of my mom who's passed, and, you know, just wanted to have that in there as kind of a memory keeper as well. And then there was this week where I did this fun little llama stickers from Happy Planner. I mean, I wouldn't say the llama's my spirit animal, but I do love like the soft colors of it. So, you know, again, I just didn't have time, or for whatever reason, I didn't get this one filled in. But I still, you know, I decorated it. I just didn't get around to it. The same with this one. Beautiful kit. I don't remember where it came from, the florals. I did mix it with Happy Planner. But just didn't have time. It was a beautiful kit though. I could probably at this point go back and fill some things in, and I may do that. But for right now, they're not filled in. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. So for June, you know, I kind of just did this little beachy thing, and I also incorporated for June, I printed it so that I could have it like facing my currently page, which is the goals for this month, colorful planner printable from my blog. It comes in color. You can get the non-color. It's a minimal cost, but the color's free. And I used that to kind of organize my goals for June. And as well, I used this is an old post, but it had in there a monthly blog sidebar sticker. So you could print it on sticker paper, cut it out, use it, you know, tack it down just like it was a sticker. I just printed it on paper and used my Tombow dots to stick it down. Kept some goals over here, some blog ideas. And then when I went into June, I was getting so much into planning. I was getting away from my projects. So I started listing out per week a project, and with the intent that I would hopefully get to using that project or getting that project completed. Hopefully, that was the plan. So I started doing that in June, and then, of course, there's all my plan for videos and so forth in summer blank. Still a monthly planner, and really by March, I started incorporating a lot of business with personal. So, you'll see that kind of filtered throughout. So same setup I kind of kept. And then what I did was I moved the blog out of here and I made this YouTube. So then I kept it for videos and for shorts. I haven't done a whole lot of shorts yet, but I still wanted to incorporate that. And then I kind of was keeping an idea for July, going into July, I could do like a red, white, and blue theme. I thought it was fun to do sharks. Again, I didn't really use this page, but the shark stickers are fun. I think they came from Michael's. July, of course, was red, white, and blue. These stickers are from Michael's, but they are the Mambi sticks. I don't believe they're there anymore, and they may be gone. And so let's see, sidebar, standard. Now, by July, I moved out of gold and black, and actually I should have put let me check, hold on. Okay, so here's where it gets a little fuzzy. So come July, I moved from gold and black, which was monthly, and I started incorporating parts of the Celestial book. So this is the tab from Celestial. And I think in July, I went back to modern months. So I kind of was going back and forth. I had gold and black, Celestial, and then modern months. So they're all monthly planners. So I'm pretty sure the fact that I only used a couple months out of each means I could probably take the remainder and I'll have a whole planner ready to go. It's just the way it works. So again, I had my little project ticker box over here, my, standard, my planning for videos. Over here, I incorporated these fun little trackers from Happy Planner. I didn't use this that much because really where I am come July, I tend to get outside. I don't, so sometimes my planner is not in the forefront of my mind. It's go out and get some sun. So that this kind of reflects that. I do have this closed or paper clipped because these are the project pages that I did. I think I did one of them in my videos. I think they're under the monthly planners, but I had kind of went through a video showing how I did it, and I was using them for planning projects. I don't know if I have one. If I get to one and it's blank, I'll show you what I mean. There's basically 4 columns, 2 per page. And so I would use that to create projects where I can track where did I last leave off with it? Where is it? Is it done? That kind of thing. So there's some in here that I haven't finished the project. And I wanted to keep track of that. So and this is what I talk about with those 2 pages. This is kind of one of the ways I used it, which is to, kind of take, my more popular post or one that seemed to be liked by many, so, denoted by the views. So, I grab a picture, I printed it off on my Canon Ivy, and it's zinc paper, so you peel the back off, you can stick it down, it's ready to go. So I did, a couple of those each. And that was fun to do. I really did like that. For July, I also did a daily page. And I don't do many daily pages. I don't know why, but I did do this to coordinate with the daisy the theme that I had done. So I kind of did the same thing. And then, so there's 2 August pages, because when you get to the last of the month, the next page is the currently page. So I ended in celestial, but then when I started modern months, this is the currently page for modern months. So it's just the way it turns out. So now we get into modern months, which again is a monthly planner. And I use this August through November. And again, I used it for business. Now, interestingly enough, I don't know why I did this. I did keep the cover page in here. And I'm thinking of taking the cover pages out, putting them back with the planner, and then just putting in a placeholder page so I can mark it. But I carried it over anyway. Again, these are all the pages in the beginning. Now, if you noted, I didn't start this until August, but for some reason I pulled over all of July. I'm not sure why I did that, and I'm probably going to pull that back out. It doesn't need to be here. These are pages I can use. Is this a checklist? So actually, modern months is a checklist layout. Right, that's right. Okay, so not a monthly, it's a checklist. I think I'm shopping in my head or something. So anyhow, all of the July is gone. I'm going to pull that out. And because, again, the last half of the week is back to the currently page. That's why there's 2 August pages, because this is really the page for August. So with this one, again, I did, instead of doing it at the end of the month, I did the little, social media picture on the bottom half of the currently page. Okay, same concept, I just kind of moved where I did it. For this, I used the, again, I believe it was the Crafty Planner from Live Love Posh stickers, and, filled it in with my videos. And I do have a color code for certain things. So I did the same there. And then I have, of course, so this is where I was merging the monthly with the checklist. So I took away those individual daily task pages, and I attached to the back of this, I attached the month or the weekly checklist. So I took modern months, or my modern months. No, I think I was taking celestial dashboard, monthly dashboard, and attaching it to modern months checklist. Confusing, a lot of pasting, but it really was a fun planner to work with. So this was kind of like my dashboard or my hub for what it told me to do. Again, busy times, I don't always get to fill in, which is a shame, but it is what it is. And then, of course, I have some paperclip pages because they are project pages that are not finished. So this bold, bright rainbow, it just was so fun to do this. And these were Happy Planner stickers. These were from Live Love Posh. So I kind of just merged the two, and it worked out great. I love having the center checklist. It really is, it works perfectly. So I'm looking back on this, and I'm kind of like thinking about my current planners, and I'm thinking, Stephanie, don't do it. Don't change your planner. So more to come on that later. For this was a kit as well. And gosh, I don't even remember, but there was these adorable little, they look like either plates or doilies. I just thought it was the most fun. Again, summertime. August is also a hot month for us. We had a wedding to go to, So what ended up happening was, I didn't do that here, but on this week, I started kind of doing in the top box, sometimes a to-do, but like memory keeping or a memory of sorts. And then I did checklist to do, and then I did work down here. So I kind of varied it, but I started putting in these lines because I thought it was fun to do a little memory keeping. And let's see. Then I went into this month and used the stickers, you know, as you know, that's my thing. It was then, it's still this way now, but I kind of did like a fall vibe going on because, you know, August is still warm here, but we kind of start getting into that, you know, want those fall feels going on. So I just a little, you know, again, sticker kit. I think this was leftover because it's mostly stickers down here. And then I was doing the coordinating colors up here. So again, I did some memory keeping or something of that day, checklist to do, business. It's a fun way to work with your planner if you have vertical and it's a checklist. Again, you can see I have 2 weeks that I did not get anything written in my planner. I do believe possibly that may have been when I was using my mini planner. I was on the go and I think I was using that. I'd have to pull that out to know for sure, but 2 weeks are not done. Then the month ended and I did not do these pages either. Going into September, you know, just kind of again, live, love, posh. I did a self-care concept. The month standard stayed the same. Again, monthly. I'm just kind of perusing through here now. I got a couple more months to go. And nothing's really changed with the setup. These were the daily task pages I was talking about where I took these out and I just made them, I pasted in the checklist layout. So on this, I left it open and I think it was because I was going to make these the project page. So I'd get 4 projects out of this, or I could cut the paper and I would get 4 per page, 8 total, you know. So for this one, I kind of stuck with, you know, a soft, sagey green. I did again the lines to do. I did not get this done, even though I know I was busier than busy. I just didn't get it in my planner. And then, ooh, look at this gold shimmer in here. I could be wrong, but I want to say this kit is, I could be wrong. I think it may be Deck Designs, D-E-K Designs, I think. But it was a gorgeous fall kind of sunflower in soft neutral browns. It was a beautiful kit. I do have pieces left over of this kit, so I will use those boxes. There's some boxes with bows and things of that nature. So I had fun setting this up as well. Another, you know, Happy Planner stickers for autumn and fall, gives me all the feels. And, you know, so then I started doing my videos up top. You know, I'd vary it. And that is what I love about Happy Planner. I can paste together whatever papers I need. I have enough room to write. I can do any kind of lettering I want to do. Stickers, I can journal, I can to-do list, I can do it all. All of it can happen in my planner. And that's why I love it so much. September, rolled around with these little pumpkins. I had these in my sticker stash. So I just kind of covered up the top and did, you know, because this was a transition spread, so from September into August. So I went ahead and I, you know, did this one up. It's got some stickers that, you know, had that shiny background, but these are Happy Planner. These little tab boxes, these are Happy Planner. So, you know, I stuck with that vibe for a little while. And then I pasted in this page. And then we got into October, and that's when I wanted to kind of do, you know, that purple and orange kind of vibe. I love the Hocus Pocus. So cute. I wish I had time to fill it in a little bit more. Halloween. Again, I cleared out this box so that I can get it set up like that. Lesson learned, you know, these little, they're white skeletons. They're on transparent sticker paper. They don't go very well. You have to use a very dark color or black paper in order for it to shine through. So on this one, I had fun doing this little, you know, polka dot border. It kind of just highlighted that area, and I made this all YouTube. I brought my blog back over here. I love this. So pretty. And the purple, look at this. I'll see if I can get it. Look at that. That purple writing. Gorgeous. Loved that one. This too is a use the sticker spread. These were the OG stickers from Happy Planner, and this was mine in my stash. This was a notepad washi I had, but all of these shiny stickers, they're all OG stickers from Happy Planner. I was happy to be able to use them, and it looks amazing, I think. Just a soft little, you know, thrown together kind of sticker kit. I think these were leftover boxes from a sticker kit. Threw them in there, mixed in a few others. There's Happy Planner. And it came together. It looks functional. I can work with that. And then in this one, I kind of just wanted to do something funky. You know, I had these stickers and I didn't know what to do with them. So I just kind of played around and I decided to do a little funky thing at the top. I traced some pumpkins that my daughter drew for me and then outlined them with my micron pen. Colored in the vines that she had also done. So it kind of just made like a nice little Halloween spread. Down here, it was fun because I took out the bottoms of the boxes and I made them match the points of this. I just kind of turned them. So I thought that was a fun little thing to do. This too is a sticker kit. It looks like it's partial though, because there's only a few stickers here and there. But, you know, again, I was using it, used the stickers. Functional, it works for me. On the back pages of my October, I did like this fun little washi border. And then I put little notes, you know, like this one was from someone who follows. These were all people who had made comments on my posts. I believe it was in October. So I kind of just wrote down, you know, a little thing about what, you know, I watched with them. What I read from them and appreciated them commenting. So I just kind of memory kept those. For November, I loved the stickers for these. These came all from Happy Planner. I used my goals for this month. This is the neutral sticker or planner printable. It's on my blog at behindthedesigns.blog. You can print it off and decorate it however you want. It's neutral, no color. And so I kind of just pulled in all the fall, I think this was Fall Harvest. And I love that book. Sadly, in November of last year, I fell. So there's a week where I didn't do anything and everything was kind of catching up. So I didn't really get the full use of this page as I wanted, but that's how it goes sometimes. So I just love this. These things just get me. I love them. Although I love fall, so. I just had to cover some things because they're things I did not do from there, and I just didn't want to put that out there yet. So again, I kept with the same sticker book, Fall Harvest. Love how this page came out. This book outline is also a freebie for my subscribers. You just go to the blog, subscribe, and you'll have access to get this. I have, again, paper clips and pages to keep them private until I finish doing what I got to do. This was also a sticker kit that I mixed in maybe with some Happy Planner. I did incorporate a sticky note, and some scrapbook paper. So doing this was fun. Check out that video. But I love how it came out. I, decorated the sidebar because I knew I wasn't going to use it. But it was really, really fun to do that. This here is Happy Planner as well, Fall Harvest. I love the beautiful little wilderness and the trees. It's a very soft, it's not even sage. It's like a neutral green. It's soft. It was a very hard color to try and match, but I did find something that matched it. And, I kind of just set up my videos. I think this day I did not get a video done, that kind of thing. And it happens, but I loved it either way. Here's the week I fell. As you can see, I didn't do anything. Nothing to show there. Come this sticker page, I really loved how this came out. I love these little stickers that they have, like, they're light on the edge but darker in the middle. It just was really pretty. And then I did little, lettering off on the sidebar here. Incorporated, of course, Happy Planner sticker boxes, colorful boxes, love them. Need more sticker boxes. If I had to get rid of anything, it would never be my sticker boxes or colorful boxes, because I use them all the time. They're just so versatile. And how fun is that? It's kind of got that vintage vibe to it. And then I just took like a coordinating marker and I just kind of did some dots by the flowers just to kind of give a little something. Just something extra. And then this was my this was my Black Friday shopping. Black Friday, right? Because that was right after Thanksgiving. Or Cyber Monday, Black Friday was here. That's why I did this color, right? So this was Cyber Monday. I kind of just did that vibrant green and fuchsia color. Stickers from Happy Planner. I made, the balls into little ornaments, which are so fun. I've done that in the past. I did that in my archive sticker book that I had. I showed that off. Or not sticker book, but planner pages, because they're a bunch of different planners. This was a notepad. I just fussy cut out the image and I tacked it in there. So much fun. I love creating with these things. And I love that there's just enough space to create like a creative spread, but still have room to write things in. Now, granted, it's not a mini. Sometimes I find the mini constraining. And the big is sometimes too big. So, this is really kind of that happy medium when I use a classic. So back pages, didn't get anything down. Now, the December currently page, I did not do only because, if you recall, I did set up an entirely different holiday planner. So for the month of December, I had a whole different setup. This comes from the December, one of the December holiday boxes from Happy Planner. So with that, it didn't have a currently page. So I did not do that. It is here, but I did not decorate it. So this is the actual calendar that came out of the holiday box. And I pulled it out of my Happy Planner Holiday Planner, Happy Planner Holiday Planner, to put in here to archive it. So for the month of December, I had a lot of crafts I was working on. If you follow me, I talked about it a lot because it just seemed like every day there was more and more and more. But I listed some off to the side that I had to get done because they were going in gift bags for friends. So they were kind of like my goals to get those crafts done. Kind of, kept up with my YouTube schedule. This was a spread I did where, it was all about gingerbread and sweets and all that fun stuff, cookie making. This spread was really a lot of fun to work with. All Happy Planner stickers, even the dates. And then I went into, so let me show you. I don't know if you might have caught that. So on my monthly spread, what I did, and I really like that idea, was I went ahead and I pre-planned the theme. So I would write it out as to what theme was what. So I automatically knew on a busy month, I could just say, okay, if I'm doing this spread, I need to do Nutcracker. It was so super easy to follow this. So I did that in December. So this week was Nutcracker. And, I went ahead and filled out everything. Or everything I could fill out anyway. busy time. I fill out what I can. I did some journaling, but I did the little scripting, on the side again. I really kind of like that. These stickers were a mix of Happy Planner holiday stickers. As you can tell, because some of them have a blue border, and some didn't. So, they all were kind of a mix of planners, or planner stickers, I should say. Then this week was my anniversary week. So my husband and I were married in December, and so our theme was really red roses. I love red roses, but, and I had a plan, but then I decided to do poinsettias because it kind of fit with the whole Christmas thing. So, I did this very bright red, green, gold kind of situation going on. I did a little, this was a sticker from Happy Planner, and then I happened to find a quote about wreaths, and I just kind of penned that in on the side. I don't know if I thoroughly liked all the red lines I put in here, but I went with it because, well, I would have had to cover them up if I didn't. So, I just kind of did a little poinsettia theme. And then this last week, which is the last week of 2023, I did a angel theme. Only because this was the week my mother passed away, and not last year, but in December. So I kind of just wanted to do an angel theme with, a bright sunny feel to it, change that tone, so to speak. So again, Happy Planner stickers, and I just penned in things. And as you can tell, I didn't do like all the fancy lettering and things of that nature because, come the end of the year, I just didn't have the time. I had to get it in, get it done, move on. So that's what I did. But it was so much fun doing this. I really, really enjoyed it. And of course, I love having this whole planner on its own discs. I love the fact that it's labeled for me already. I do think that this is something I'll be doing going forward, that I'll be looking for the covers that have a date on it, and that will become my archive cover. So I've talked about archive planners. Be sure to check out that video. But that is it. This was all of my 2023, all in one. And I get to look back on these things. I get to learn from the pages, the different styles. What can I do differently? What did I like? What didn't I like? I think ultimately I'm always going to end up having to paste together pages because I find functions in different pages for different reasons, as you can tell. And so I'm sure somewhere down the line, I'll be, mixing up my planner again. But the classic vertical is always the best to go with. If you are a beginner in the disc system or a Happy Planner and you're unsure, I would highly suggest starting out with the vertical planner first, just because it has so much versatility. You can separate out your boxes, you can make one long list, you can, decorate in different ways. My opinion, it's totally up to you how you want to start, but that's my opinion. I would start with a vertical. So my heart has always been with a vertical, but those monthly planner dashboards, they really have me. I've got to get more of those incorporated in. I really do love those. So, enough talking. I think I've talked quite a bit through this video. It's going to be a little bit of a long one, but I really reviewed everything for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and as well turning on your bell notification. And I thank you for watching.